Hello, everybody.
I am Nia Malika Dixon, and I am here to share some screenwriting tips with you. Let me turn down my music. Oh, hey, there's my son. It's so cool that you're on Periscope there. So this video is intended for anyone who is interested in screenwriting and they just don't know how to get started, or they want some basic tips. And let me just introduce myself. I am Nia Malika Dixon. I am an independent filmmaker. I am from Baltimore, and I moved out here to LA back in 2005. And I created my own content. And so what I decided was to share with all of you ways that you can create your own content. And I started CYOC 2016 for that purpose. And I'm so glad to see you guys jumping on. And since this is social media, I'm encouraging you to interact with me. So introduce yourself. The Right Diva just joined. There are 4 people, so tell me who you are. I'm eager. Jerry, Fairly Literary, hi. Happy to have you. Oh, hey, that was autocorrect. Right, Diva, I see. So type what it is that you're working on, as you probably saw. Hi, Rabia. Today's scope is all about drafting. So far, we've talked about all of the basics. We started off with our beat sheet. We moved into outlining. Oh, thank you, gamer dude. I know you're biased. Anyway, no more talking about how awesome I look. To give you a little bit of background on who I am the creative who became the executive. I'm a writer. I've been a writer my whole life, and I came out to LA to create stories for a diverse population. So my stories, I was told, were not saleable because most of my leads are black women or people who normally don't lead movies and TV shows. So that being said, I decided that I needed to change that, and I became the executive. And I started my own production company. It is called Audace Entertainment, and you probably, thank you, until now. And you've probably seen us on social media as Hennickson Pictures. So that's a little bit about me. Tell me about you. Whether or not you're writing a screenplay for a TV show episode, or if you're writing a script for a movie, this is the right place for you, because the best way to break free of writer's block. Perfect. Good question. Because I wanted to talk to you about drafting. And this is going to be a really quick scope because I'm not that eager to be on camera. And I want to get you writing. So first off, breaking writer's block is easy. You just have to write. So saying that is one thing, but actually doing it is another. And today's scope is about writing. So to get you started off with how to write more, what I suggest is what I said on the last scope, is to create a schedule. Now, once you've created a schedule for when you want to write, create your space for where you want to write. Right now, you're looking at my writing space. This is my office, and right next to me is a window because I need sunlight. I thrive on sunlight. I would go outside, but this is my desk, and I have writing to do. My schedule for writing is in the morning. I get up before the sun comes up, and I set a timer on my phone, and I write until the sun comes up. And I usually don't check what I've written until the evening, and I save editing for later. But as long as you set a time for writing, you will write. So this is what you need to do. First of all, decide when is the best time that you are creative. If you're more creative in the morning, wake up in the morning. Set your clock. If you're more creative in the evening, set your time for the evening time. And yes, it can be tough. Thank you. Hi. So, but you really have to commit to it. And it's not impossible. Once you've made a decision to be a writer, you have to write. And that's all there is to it. Now, to give you some basics with regard to sticking with it, you have to have your space, set aside your time, but you also have to have a plan. So if you know in advance, I'm going to write scene A on this day for this amount of time, you're more likely to do it. And like I said before, on the previous scope, schedule your days that you are writing specific scenes. For example, if you know there's a big dramatic scene that you're really interested in, you can schedule that for the first time, for the first day of your writing, and then go from there. Now, I came across this. Thank you for blocking the trolls. Thank you. This is called Don't Break the Chain. Now, I'll tell you a little story about Don't Break the Chain. I read online, there's an article where Jerry Seinfeld talked about his tip for writing consistently. And it's something that I do as well. And once you mark on your calendar that you've done your writing for that day, make a big deal out of it. It's a big celebration. And what Jerry Seinfeld did was he would mark a big red X on his calendar. And this, Don't Break the Chain, was like his perpetual calendar. 365 days on this chart. And the day that you write, you mark an X on that day, and you keep going, and you just keep going, and don't break the chain of writing. You get up, you write, you mark the X. That's your celebration. Now, if you join my free group on Facebook, the CYOC 2016 Facebook group, you can get this for free. I'll be uploading it after the Periscope. I also uploaded the beat sheet into our group. It is the Blake Snyder beat sheet that I rave about, and that is already there. So if you join the group, you can download that right now on Facebook. Just go into the search box and type hashtag CYOC 2016. The Blake Snyder beat sheet is there, which I already did a Periscope on. And if you missed that, it's okay. I'm going to upload some of the videos onto my YouTube channel so you can come back and watch it. So the beat sheet is up there. There's also a plot outline resource, and then this, Don't Break the Chain. I'm also going to put up some other tips, so go on and join the Facebook group. It's free, and it's a public group, and I will go ahead and authorize you to be in the group, and then we'll get started with writing. Okay, back to the tips. Formatting. So once you've already scheduled when you're going to write, and you've got your Don't Break the Chain chart, or you don't even need this. You can use your calendar, like the calendar you can print out and put up on your wall. You start writing. You still need to know format. And even if you write by hand, you still need to know certain basics. I suggest you get software. I've used several different kinds of software, including Final Draft, Sophocles, Movie Magic Screenwriter, and a few host of others. And I do not like Final Draft, but I do like Movie Magic Screenwriter. So I'm suggesting that you get that software at the right store. If you're here in LA, it's local. There is also a way for you to download a free trial if you go to their website. So, just to recap, schedule when you want to write, know specifically in advance what you're going to write, and put that in your schedule. No, I don't like Final Draft. It's not very user-friendly to me. Thank you for saying that. But Movie Magic Screenwriter is a little bit more comfortable to use and easier to figure out some of the buttons. And they give you that free trial. So go to their website. Do a Google search on Movie Magic Screenwriter. And I'm going to close out with the recap. And then I'll open it up for questions again before I say bye. So just to recap, schedule when you want to write. Decide what your scenes are. Thank you for the hearts. And then actually sit down and write, even if it's just for 10 minutes. And one last thing I want to say is use a timer. Now, I'm old-fashioned, and I use, yes, an hourglass. And this hourglass is 24 minutes. It's about 25 minutes if I wait a little bit. And there is a technique called the Pomodoro technique where you can be a lot more productive if you schedule your work and do bursts of, do bursts of work at 25 minutes at a time. And because I have ADHD, it really helps me. So I turn my hourglass over and I write until all the sand is gone. And then I take a break and I celebrate. That's when you should mark your X on your Don't Break the Chain. All right. So again, formatting is really easy to understand once you get the software. And if you're writing by hand, some basic formatting tips are as follows. When a character is speaking, The character's name is centered and all the dialogue is under. When you're writing descriptions, you want to include slug lines. I talked about slug lines and headings in the last Periscope. And I will include a sample in our CYOC group so you can download that. Now, if you have any other questions about writing screenplays, ask. I'm here for you. I'm the producer, the creative who became the executive with all kinds of information I can give you. Ask away. Any questions? Lots of hearts. All right then, no other questions. I will see you over in our Facebook group. Like I said, go to Facebook. You got the basics. Great. I'm so glad. So go to Facebook, type in the search box so you can join the group because I'm posting some other stuff up there. And for all my advanced people, I know this is really basic for you, so I'm posting a lot of advanced stuff up too, coming soon. Right now, there is something up there that you might find interesting, right, Diva? It's the 20 plots. And once you join, I'll send it to you. All right, everybody. If you have any other questions, email me at hunixonpictures@gmail.com. And again, I will see you tomorrow at 6 p.m. And I'm hoping to see you guys in my group. Looking forward to it. Bye.